Yeah, I'm out here in the Airbnb property right now in Houston.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah, we just locked in another one on the beach out in Galveston. So
these are owner finance joints.
one is on the finance, the other one is this partnership arbitrage that we're doing. So it's like, hey, what I mean, we're gonna maintain the property, we're gonna make sure everything's good to go, we're gonna Airbnb it, and we'll pay you a monthly, and we'll keep the difference.
Uh, how,
So
how's
yeah.
that working out?
Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. But let's get going. So, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, the real Chevy, back at you guys once again with another episode of Get Real, which stands for real estate as a lifestyle. Over here, we wake up, grind, repeat all day, man, 24/7, 365. I got another amazing interview with a childhood buddy of mine, known him for 20 plus years. Crazy. Super, super excited just to have him on the channel, Mr. Adura Sanya of the Sanya method. He's been doing real estate. How long have you been in the real estate game now, man?
Um, since 2007.
Damn, 13 years, bro.
Might call me a veteran in the game.
A veteran in the game, man. So what was your background before you got started in real estate?
Oh man. So prior to real estate, so I was in college, Temple University in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Then a real estate bug kind of bit me, just based off of a lot of stuff that I was seeing like take place, like in just the neighborhood that the college was in, which is North Philadelphia.
Right.
So I was a film major at the time.
Okay.
Out of college to pursue real estate.
Right.
Somehow I finessed my way into getting someone to co-sign on a mortgage for me to buy a house at 20 years old. And yeah, I've been on the journey ever since. So that first deal did not work out well at all. And ultimately ended up moving back home to New Jersey inside my parents' basement. Got a job, couple jobs that I was working, and I was like, man, like I can't do this 9-to-5 thing. So I started like reading, being up late at night on real estate forums, all types of stuff. Then at some point I got introduced to the concept of wholesaling. And I'm like, oh man, this is like my speed, right? Like I could flip these properties and not have to, do all this extra stuff. So I learned about wholesaling. Took me a while, but I did like my first wholesale deal like 2008 or 9.
Okay.
And, yeah, I've been shaking ever since.
So as far as I know, you say that you learned about wholesaling. Were you watching like an infomercial? Were you, watching TV late at night in the basement and you saw something that came on? What was that learning process like? What grabbed your attention?
Probably a combination of, I'm sure, I had purchased I've always been interested in real estate.
Okay.
So I like purchased the Carlton sheets.
Oh, Carlton, okay.
Down thing, like way back in the day. I was going to, like, I was skipping college classes to go to like real estate seminars and stuff.
Okay.
Like that. Then back then it wasn't, so like right now, like, everybody and their mom is a real estate coach or guru.
Right.
But it wasn't like that back then. So there was one forum that was great. It's not around anymore, but it's called flippinghomes.com by it's like Steve Cook, I believe. And that was like the spot. So I found out about that forum. I used to like work, come home, and just like be on the forum, just reading. It wasn't much like YouTube stuff or really anything like that back then. But just a combination of all of that mixed with the fact that I knew that I couldn't do, the job thing for much longer, just made it the perfect storm.
Yeah, man. I remember you used to tell me stories, bro, where you would be taking calls while you at the job, like go.
Absolutely.
So what was that like, man? You know, you was working a couple different jobs, trying to figure it out. You know, making ends meet, which a lot of people go through, man. They go through that phase where they're like, man, this isn't what I want to do. I really want to do something else, but while I'm getting to what I want to do, I got to do what I have to do. Type of scenario, man. Like, what was that feeling like?
Um, I just knew I had to figure out something else. I think like, see, like if you're uncomfortable enough with like what you're doing or where you're at, or if you dislike it enough, like you're left with no choice but to like figure out another way. So like I've always, anyone that like really knows me, like I've always hated the idea of working
Yep,
for someone else. Like
absolutely.
it never resonated with me or from a young age. So when I got into the quote unquote like adult workforce, I'm like, oh man, nah, this ain't it. Um, and then at that point, it was just about like figuring something out, like business wise. And I'd always been interested in real estate. So the wholesaling thing just made so much sense. Where it's like I was at that time, I'm reading on the forum, like, it's dudes like making 10, 20, $30,000 like flipping out.
Right.
They never owned all this type of stuff. And I was just like, so my personality is very much so like if I see someone that's doing something that I want to do, like I'm happy that they're doing it, but I'm also looking at myself like, yo, what's wrong with me?
Right.
And then if you think about that, it's like, nah, there's nothing wrong with me. Like that guy, like we both have two arms, two legs, a head, all that type of stuff. So it's
The
just,
same, the same 24 hours in a day.
yep.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So you started in '07. You didn't do your first wholesale deal till '09. So what was that 2 year process like for you?
So it was more so because initially I started out trying to do the rental thing.
Okay.
And I flopped hard at that.
Okay.
So then I found out about wholesaling and I just like learning about it. I started just doing little stuff. So I'm working at the time. So I'm like, working, taking some money from my job. Like, I was doing all types of stuff, putting up signs, sending like a couple mailers here and there,
Right.
door knocking. So just doing at the time what felt like, random stuff. And just doing it, learning, fumbling, talking to people, not knowing what I was talking about. And I was young too. So I also had that like that hurdle to jump over, which is like, yo, who do you like? I remember like old ladies would ask me like, who's your boss and stuff like who's your supervisor?
Right.
But not just working, not stopping. And then so kind of like it shifted. I had the luxury of I was working this job, right? So it allowed me not to fully have to take real estate seriously because it's like, all right, I'm getting this bi-weekly check or whatever. So then I got fired from that job. And then it was like, all right, so what you gonna do? It's like, are you gonna, and I think I had done maybe one deal at that point. And then that was like maybe one or two. And it was just I was faced with the decision of, all right, so am I gonna try to go get another job, or am I gonna like just try to go all in with this real estate thing? And I was like, F it, I'm gonna go all in with the real estate thing, which was a very drastic move at the time, because it wasn't like I was like fully successful, but it was like, man, let me just go at it. Let me go all in. And it was like a back against the wall, type of moment.
Right.
And yeah, I went all in and haven't looked back since.
Those are the best moments though, man, when you have your back against the wall.
Now,
Man.
it's the biggest test of character. Right?
Oh yeah.
You get to see what you're really about, what you're made of. Especially with real estate or just entrepreneurship in general.
Entrepreneur, yes, like real deal. That's being an entrepreneur. Like when you become a full-fledged entrepreneur, man, once you understand that there is nothing else. Like you gotta move forward. There's no looking back. There's no plan B plan. There's none of that. You're an entrepreneur. You gotta create things. You gotta make things happen, man. Like I remember when I was watching your YouTube, man, because you did you have your iFlip Academy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So you have the iFlip Academy, and I was watching that. That was probably like 2017 when I was first, getting into it. And I was like, man, holy smokes, man! I grew up with dude like this is crazy, right? And then when I called you, I was like, yo, I'm getting into this thing. You're like, yeah, it's a good thing to get into. What's up? And you gave me some pointers and some tips, man. And it's been a great journey for sure, man. I remember when you had breakdown in one of your videos, man. You break down 2 weeks to make 100K through rentals and through the wholesaling piece. And we follow that to a T, man. So appreciate that. So let's talk about your first deal, right? What was your first deal? How did it come about? How long did it take to close? And what did you learn from it?
My first wholesale deal. Came from, I want to say direct mail.
Okay.
I want to say direct mail. I was just at that time, so I was still working. So I would, no, actually, wait. Yeah, I was still working. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I get paid bi-weekly. I used to make like $700-800 bi-weekly. Take some little money from that. That was like my marketing budget. And I would, use click to mail, I believe, to send cards. So this, it was an absentee owner, which, and the owner, I'll never forget this. The owner was a cop.
Okay.
A narcotics cop.
Okay.
Properties in South Philadelphia, and I was living in Plainfield, New Jersey at this time.
Plainfield, I haven't been to Plainfield since 2013 or something like that, man.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not missing much.
But go on.
So a guy called me, we talked, blah, 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 made him an offer. And he accepted it. He accepted the offer. And I'm still like, freestyling, like I don't fully know what I'm doing. So we actually met. It's funny, we met at a gas station on this like rainy day to sign the contract. So I signed the contract with him. Scary looking dude. I forget. He kind of low key threatened me, like, "Yo, don't do no crazy stuff." So he signed the contract, and there's this guy, the buyer. So signed the contract for like $38,000. Then there's this buyer I met somewhere online, maybe a forum or something like that. I randomly hit him up about the deal, and the property is in South Philadelphia. And the guy, like, he went to go look at it, and he said, "I'll take it." He bought it for like $43,500.
Right.
So got a title company. from like a referral. Just ask somebody like, yo, what title company?
Hey, because when you're new to it, that's what you do, right?
And I say like maybe three-ish weeks later, went to the title company. The seller was there, the buyer was there. And I made like $5,500, and like my salary at that time was like $38,000. So I'm like, man, it's crazy. Like I just made $5,500. I've never seen that kind of money outside of like a tax refund or something like that.
Right.
And yeah, from there, like that just validated the concept
that it worked.
Like, oh man, this thing is real. It works. I can do it. Sorry, let me go try to do another one.
Yeah, that's good, man. Our first deal was like for like $750. So, so you definitely did better than me, man. But hey, man, it's all about the concept, right? It's not about the money itself. It's about the concept of understanding that this could actually work. That's what matters. So whether you made $1 or you made $1 million, it's about the concept and knowing that, hey, look, if I could do one deal, I could do 1,000 of these all over and over and over again, which is really, really good. So fast forward, man, you've been in the real estate space now for 13 plus years. I know you've dibbled and dabbled in a lot of different things, the YouTube channel. Tell me about I've always been curious, man, and wanted to know, man, what made you do iFlip Academy?
So I started at I think 2012.
Okay.
And I think it's a result of, so at that point, I was having just tons of success.
Right.
With wholesaling, I kind of got to, mastery level, right? And with that just comes a lot of oh man, what do you do exactly? How do you do it? Show me how that works and this, that, and a third. So I started a YouTube channel. That's what a lot of people, it's funny, I still get people that hit me up to this day about that. So I started that, just started talking about, real estate, my thoughts on wholesaling and my process, everything like that. And, a lot of people gravitated to it. And, from there, that just turned into people reaching out, wanting direct coaching and this, that, and the third. And, I'd say since then, I easily, I would say directly and indirectly. So I've got a lot of people like you that never paid me any money and is yo, I watch your stuff. I ran with it and boom. And then I've got people that actually have worked with me. So combined, I said I've had indirectly and directly students that have combined generated easily multiple seven figures in revenue. So that's definitely, that's a very good thing. It's one thing to be able to, make money yourself.
Yeah.
But then hearing from people where it's yo, I just made X amount of dollars using whatever. And it's to be honest, some of this stuff I don't even remember what I said. It's oh man, that sounds good. I said that. But nah, just helping people, whether it be people starting out or, people that were kind of already in the game and just trying to grow their businesses.
Right. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, man. I mean, you've lent tons of value, bro, especially when it comes to probates. There's still people that don't even understand probates. If they just go and look at your video, they'll get that down to a T. Okay, this is what it means. Because I know for me, the way that you had laid out the probate and how to find probate, I was literally writing it down. I'm taking notes on it. And I'm all right, bet, let me go online. I put my wife, I was hey, watch this video. This is how we're going to find probates. And she watched the video and we was good to go, bro. and that video, that video was, man, that was like what, 2013, somewhere around there, right? It was a minute. It was a minute ago, man. I know. And then at one point you was doing like seminar setting, right? So you had like the hotel stacked out. You was doing a seminar. What was that experience like, man?
Stressful. But nah, that was so. It's interesting because it's like it's so many people in that space now. Just with education and coaching and stuff like that. But yeah, that stuff. So I've done it from the seminars to whatever with like 200-300 people in a room. To the YouTube and everything like that. It is so the live events are very stressful, which is why I don't do them anymore. But at the same time, it is very fulfilling. Being able to, because there's still a lot of people that like have no clue.
Oh yeah,
this stuff even exists, or
100%.
do real estate in this untraditional way, and everything like that. So it's very, very fulfilling.
So let's talk about your business as far as today. What are you doing now that you've superseded in success and you passed the wholesaling state? What exactly are you doing now in your business?
So real estate wise, still wholesaling. I mean,
Okay.
At this point, it's like, it's almost like wholesaling for me is like something that I can do, like kind of roll out of bed and do kind of thing.
All day.
And that's just the result of, like I've put in the 10,000 plus hours.
Right.
Now though, so I've transitioned in the sense of one of my biggest things in life right now is like I don't really want to talk to nobody. So I've gone from being able to go belly to belly with homeowners and negotiating and buyers and just all that stuff, which is great. But I've done that so many times that I'm like, I just want other people to do it. And I can operate kind of more so in the just the CEO, type coach capacity. Maybe helping put fires out. But that's like one of my things, one of my biggest functions now in the business is just like, coaching the team up, trying to empower people to, be able to make it happen, sharpening their skill set and so on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I never spoke to another seller or buyer again. I'm completely cool with that. I can't tell you like the last time I've been inside a property or to a closing or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
So the business is completely scaled and automated to where you're just coaching and mentoring and putting people in position to make moves and the checks get cut, pretty much.
For the most part, it's still, it can still get hectic and stuff like that. But that's that's the ultimate goal. Yeah.
Okay. So we was talking to you, talking about the Sanya method. So I would love to hear about that and what all that entails.
So the Sanya method is just it's like a reincarnation of old iFlip Academy.
Okay.
So I took so it's funny, a lot of people were like, man, like, yo, you just dropped off the face of the earth. And I was just like, I don't know. I was off the internet. I don't know. I'm like, the Sanya method is just kind of helping people, whether they be brand new to real estate investing, kind of showing them the step-by-step process to be able to get started, specifically with wholesaling. And then also We work with, people that are more experienced, that are more so looking to grow, their wholesaling businesses, be able to get more consistency or, build teams, do the proper marketing, like having those departments in place from marketing, acquisitions, disposition, so on. That's what it is.
Simple, easy. Just gotta take the action for it, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. So are you just in Philly, or where are some of the markets that you're in right now?
So primarily I'm in Philly, Philly and the surrounding, some surrounding counties and suburbs. But like Philly is big enough to kind of keep anybody busy. It's like the fifth or sixth largest city in the country.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's solid, man. So what's the next step, man? I know that your goal is to completely just automate and grow the business where you roll out of bed and the checks is already there. So what's the next step to make that happen, you think?
Just having the absolute right people in place. I think for me it's like, yeah, so you have like just different levels and phases of entrepreneurship and business, so like starting out, it's like it's just you.
Yep.
Like you are the janitor, the CEO, everything in between. And then you kind of are able to build from there. Maybe you hire your first person, your first salesperson, and then you're kind of growing from there. So it's just like continuing to grow, being part of other businesses, investing in other people. That's pretty much it. Like trying to make as much money as possible with as less work as possible. Where it's like,
man,
kind of when you're starting out, it's like the opposite of that.
Oh yeah, I remember when you had told me about the 4-hour work week, bro. Like this was like near 10 years ago that you told me about it. I read it then and I read it now, and it didn't make sense then, and it makes sense now. The new rich NR, go where you want to go, do whatever you want to do with who you want to do it with.
Right.
And from a monetary from more of a personal value, time and freedom, man. Not the money side, but more so having the time and the freedom to do what you want to do, man. Like right now, I'm out of Houston. I'm traveling for free. Like I'm in my own Airbnb spot. I didn't have to pay for no hotels or nothing like that. It's one of those amazing feelings, man, that's being able to structure something where you're in control and being able to give other people the same opportunity that you've been provided, man. It's amazing for sure.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, absolutely, man. So if people wanted to connect, man, where can people find you at?
Really, the only place I'm at right now with any type of consistency is Instagram, which is just at the Sanya method on Instagram. So at the THE Sanya method, and that's it.
Yeah, we're gonna put the link below. We're gonna make sure the link is below. So as far as the YouTube channel, man, so I know you was talking about the Sanya method and you're gonna revive the iFlip Academy. Is that something that's gonna happen, or you just gonna keep the iFlip Academy going? People want to watch some YouTube videos, they can go to iFlip Academy or something like that.
Yeah, I mean the YouTube videos, they're there. That's like it's almost like my contribution, my free contribution to the world.
Absolutely, bro.
So those are always there. Like if you just type my name in into YouTube, who knows? Yeah. At some point, maybe I might even update it and stuff like that. But it's cool because it's like so many people.
Yeah, man. Tens of thousands of views, man.
Yeah, that I've views. And it's really cool. Like I'll meet, or people will contact me, whether it be like via email or Facebook or whatever. And it's like, yo, I did this, that, and a third. And that's like really cool. So yeah, I feel like if I was a rapper, that's like my first album or mixtape. It's on YouTube. It will live forever. But nah, people definitely check that out. And at the same time, I put out content and stuff on my Instagram, and we also have a free webinar, kind of showing the step-by-step process and everything like that. So I'm still here.
Okay, nah, that's good stuff, man. It's good to reconnect, man. I'm always chasing you down just to update you on the journeys and all the different things that we're doing, man. Because I'm definitely grateful and thankful just to come across a video and knowing that I know you personally because we grew up together, went to high school, the whole nine, played ball together and everything. So it's really good just to be able to connect with someone, that I know for sure, man. So what's your advice for someone that's kind of stuck in that information stage where they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, Instagram, they're listening to audiobook, they have all this information from all these different people telling them how to be entrepreneurs and how to make money, man. What's your advice for those people? Because there's a lot of them.
It kind of sucks because there's too much information available now. And you kind of think, because it's like, all right, information is good, and information it's like probably the most powerful commodity right now. However, it's very dangerous as well. So my advice would be turn off all the noise, because I literally see people that they're watching like 80 different people on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And for most people, that results in just being paralyzed and not doing anything, just like constantly looking for more info. Like, oh man, what's this guy gonna say next? How do I do this? Or getting, also another thing people don't realize, there's different ways. There's like 80 different ways to wholesale, right? You watch 15 different guys on YouTube, it's gonna be like 15 different things. So people get stuck on, man, Adura said this, but this other person said this, that, and the third. So like, what do I do? And ultimately it results in nothing.
Nothing.
Right? So I think shutting off the noise, I would lock in with just one person.
Yep.
One person. That's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give. One thing that's really, really helped me out a lot in business is paying whoever that I want to be like, or whoever has had the success that I want to have, and just skipping the steps. And I'm not even saying that like, hey, join my program or whatever. I say that as like, it's so many people out here that are wasting time on just like spinning their wheels. So there's going to be some people like you, Chevroy, that like you watch the YouTube and you just like ran. Most people are not like that. So most people are like, they're just going to keep watching and waiting for like this moment of like, all right, now then I'm going to do it. When I learn A, B, C, D, E, F, and Z, then I'm going to do it. And that doesn't happen for most people, right? So I'd say lock in, or even if you're not going to like pay, maybe just only watch one person's YouTube. Do what they tell you to do, shut out everything else, and just put your head down and do the work. Otherwise, you're going to end up you're just going to be watching it like Netflix, and you don't make any money from just watching.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So real quick, speaking of paying, you don't even have to pay, man. All you can do is just call me, 318-588-7134. Not only that, but you can plug into the YouTube, The Real Chevy, holla at me on Instagram, All of that. You don't even got to pay, man. Just hit me up. We'll JV some deals. We'll be good to go for sure. I had to plug that real quick.
They should definitely take advantage of that. If I coach him up, he might stop doing it for free. So you guys should definitely take advantage of that. So yeah, whatever you're gonna do, whether it be free or whether it be paid, lock in with somebody. So if Chevroy is offering this JV with me for free, I would never do that. So take action and hop on that. And literally, so same thing, lock in with that one person, whether it be someone online, someone in your local market, do everything that they tell you to do, be a good student, don't make excuses, don't BS, just lock in, do the work. Obviously, the business works, right? The business works, the process works. I'm here.
Only if you work, though. Only if you work.
2-time college dropout and, making it happen. So it's not, no one is special, right? It's just about who's going to be committed, who's going to lock in, who's going to do the work. And that's literally what's going to separate the people that make it happen from the people that watch it happen.
Dude, you dropped out of college, bro. I wasted my time to severely graduate. Like you said, man, nobody's special, bro. If you're an entrepreneur, you're gonna make things happen. The A and B students work for what? The C, D, and F students, right? Because guess what? They're entrepreneurs. They figured a way to make things work and create a need, right? So it's just one of those things where the mindset got to be right. That's going to put in play to where the action is now being taken. But if the mindset is right, if you're not ready to take the action, then everything else is going to fall apart, man. So you got to be mentally prepared to take action, right? You got to be mentally prepared to be in the space of entrepreneurship, because whether it's real estate, whether it's car sales, whether it's freaking vacuum sales, it doesn't matter. If you say you're an entrepreneur, guess what? You got to stop analyzing things and start taking action and start putting yourself out there so you can dominate the space that you're in. As an entrepreneur, it don't matter. Real estate is just a vehicle. Car sales is just a vehicle. All of these different things are just vehicles for the ends to a mean as far as what you trying to do, the lifestyle you're trying to create, the life that you want, all of those things, man. So I appreciate you for blessing me with your presence, man. I've been chasing you down for a good year and a half now, man. I'm thankful that you actually was able to grace me with the presence, man. I appreciate that.
Nah, man, I appreciate you for having me on. I appreciate you for doing the work, man. It's definitely good to see you making it happen to the point where you're now like helping other people make it happen, which is what it's all about. Nah, it's a beautiful thing, man. Definitely proud of you.
I appreciate it, man. Absolutely, bro. We gonna connect when I get back in Jersey, man. I know we were supposed to link up last year, but I know you say you got married or something like that, right?
Yep.
Congrats, man. Congrats. Congrats. Being the breadwinner, being the head of the household, holding it down for the family, man. I know that your mom will be proud of you as well, bro. Real talk.
Nah, I appreciate that, bro.
Absolutely, man. We'll talk, man. And guys, I hope this information is valuable. Don't forget to click to like, share, comment. Make sure you share this with someone, man. If this wasn't good for you, guess what? Somebody else will need it for sure. This is the real Chevy with Adura. We're out.